Okay, in order to draw a more accurate line, sometimes you want to use more than the line chart set to close. Basically, set it being set to close means each tick of this line across basically is, and the price that corresponds to that line, you see it up here at the top, is the price it was at the close of that particular time period. Right now we're on a 4 hour chart. So every 4 hours where it's ticking at right there is where the price was. You know, if I did it like this where the crosshairs are, where it's ticking to, that is what the price was at that close of that particular time period. In this case, 4 hours, like I said a moment ago. How do I do that? How I draw trend lines along this? I could draw a trend line that basically goes from, I can do from here, or I can do it up from here. But say if I did one from, I'll just do one from here to over here. This is actually a ray. I personally like to use rays because they extend beyond, and sometimes things come back to where that ray was. And I can tick right here. That's one way to do it. And that kind of shows me at the close where it was. So if I turn back on my regular candles, you'll see where that candle closed is where the line is. So there's a red, candle right there on the down. When it went down, it closed down there. This is the other close tick that it did. On the high, it closed up here. And then the other point I got on there, which is that one that closed right there. And so to see it intersect, but if you kind of wanted to include the wicks and stuff like that, then you need to draw the lines on the high of those candles and the low of those candles. So I'm going to go and delete this. I'm going to change it back to a line chart, right? And then I'm clicking the three buttons down here on the lower right hand side to get to that chart type button right there to change it to a line chart. And so I'll double click the line, right? And here it says price source is closed, right? Now, mind you, I'm on the symbol page. You might click it and it'll be on the regular chart settings page. So you want to go into symbol if that's the case. And let me draw the high line first. So change it to high. And now every tick of this chart is where the high was for that candle in that time period. What the high was in that particular time period, right? I can already see it looks like almost like a cup, maybe a cup and handle is going to form here, the shape I'm looking at here. So I can still draw my ray from up here if I want to, which might show me a different shape. So I'll draw it from here to here. Don't really think about the shapes. Just look at the lines and then see what it gives you when you get done. Double click it, change it to low. Now the price is at the lowest price it was at in that time period, right? I might include the swing down there, but let's just go ahead and draw a line now. So I'll probably connect this one to like right here, right? And you can already see that it's forming what? A wedge. So we turn I like to a lot of times change my line back to close, just so that it's set at close, right? So this shows that the highest price it reached was all along here. The lowest price it reached during that time period was all along here. When I turn the candles back on, boom, you'll see that what we have here is a sort of wedge formation, which is really common. A lot of times if you have it go up like this and it starts creating a flag or bull flag or something like that. Very common. So what this will tell us is like, okay, I can see that it looks like it's starting to wedge. Now, a lot of times, obviously, you got to redraw this and take into consideration other things like this 20 moving average is facing almost straight up, which means it is like really pushing up hard. That price is going up over a really fast rate. That could mean it'll come down really hard too when it finally does reverse. or that we're about to see like major pushes to the upside. You know, this 200 line might go up even faster to meet it. But this blue line, eventually, this 20 moving average, it will eventually have to come back down. If I click this, you'll see the blue line is the 20 moving average. But anyways, that's besides the point. Now I've drawn the lines along the high and the low, and that's what I do. A lot of times, it really helps to for me to see where the price might go. You know, I could have drawn and not drawn it from the highest point and drawn it from down here, you know, and got some sort of channel going up like this. You know, I like to have my magnet sticking to the edge of things and stuff. But, you know, I don't even know would that even really make sense. If I did have a channel like this, I could see it broke the upper part of the channel, right? There were that, and then it's coming back down into it. So this might be another indication it's coming back down. So if I did draw a channel, I probably use a different tool for that, first of all. And second of all, I just like using my line tool like this. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what I do when I use this tool. This might do something like, okay, I could say the highest point was here, and then it came down to here, then it went back up to here. And then it could possibly do something like this and break out at some point, either to the downside or up, you know. But we'll just have to wait and see what actually forms here. This could just straight up break out right now. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I do my high, low, and close. And it doesn't always work out like that, but it tends to be helpful in my experience. Thank you. Bye-bye.